Here are 25 quick tips and glitches you need to know if you want to be able to beat the game. Now, some of these are going to be pretty obvious and some of them are going to be pretty complicated, but for the first tip, we have trapping the bosses on land. So you can see I have a boss level 11 sweeper over here. All we have to do is grab one of these wooden barricades, wooden defensive walls right here. I believe you get them super duper early, like level 5 or something. And we can completely glitch out this boss and make it super duper easy to kill or catch. So you can do this with pretty much any boss in the game that is on the land where you can build next to, besides Jetragon. Jetragon's a little bit harder to do it to, but you can still do it on him if you practice, and I'll show you guys how to right now. This one is super duper simple and I've showed it a few times on my channel before, but pretty much as he's coming towards you, you just want to put a wall right in front of him. If you walk around the wall, eventually he is just going to get stuck and not be able to attack you. I believe he's stuck right now. As you guys can see, he's just completely AFK. He won't be able to attack me. He won't be able to do anything to me. And even if you're level like 1, you can just sit here and hit him over and over and over again. And as you guys can see, he really can't do anything about it. I just set myself on fire, but he's completely glitched right now. You could catch him if you want. You could kill him if you want. You can grind him for XP. Pretty much anything you would like to do, because he is completely glitched right now. He can't even attack us. You can throw your pal out and your pal can attack him or push him out of the glitch like my Jetragon just did, but pretty much you can do that to any boss in the game that's on the ground over here. You can't do it to tower bosses obviously because you can't build there, but that is a super simple tip, an easy way to defeat or catch any land boss and get a ton of XP or drops or whatever else you want from them. We're just going to be running through these and I'm going to try and explain all of these tips slash glitches super duper fast. But if you guys need a more in-depth tutorial on any of these methods, I pretty much have videos on all of them in full length and full description up on my channel. Anyways, number 2, this one is also super duper simple. This is the best way to catch Jetragon if you're a low level and you don't have a ton of stuff and you don't have a ton of ways to fight him and actually catch him legitly. If you go up to him at night, you get the sleeping bonus if you attack him slash try and catch him. And if you go behind him, you get the behind the back bonus. So if you bring about 20 pal spears, you can actually have a pretty decent chance of just catching him right off the bat without doing any damage, because you have the behind the back bonus and because he is sleeping bonus. So this isn't going to work the majority of the time, but if you're level like 30 and you don't really want to fight him legitly like I do, you can go behind him and just try and catch him a few times. I've caught him a few times like this. I've seen other people catch him a few times like this. This is definitely the cheesiest method slash easiest method to catch him while you're low level. Now we have some pretty OP glitches and OP tips towards the end, but let's try and get through the simpler ones first. First of all, these are 3 glitches or 3 tips turned into one. These are going to be the best pals to put in your grazing area. I've made full videos on how OP this is before, but Vixie, Kelpsie, and Kelpsie Ignis are insanely useful to put in this little grazing area, as the Kelpsies drop pal fluids, which are super duper annoying to get in the early game. Kelpsie Ignises drop flame organs, which are pretty expensive to buy, and if you level up the Vixie stars, he can drop really good pal spears. He can drop all the way up to hyper pal spears, which are super duper useful, especially if you have all 3 of these early game grazing. They will definitely get you ahead of other pals, and it is much better than putting like the simpler sheep or whatever in these little pens, because they give you nothing useful, unlike all of these pals who are already dropping me pal fluids, flame organs, and the Vixie is going to drop me unlimited pal spears like he just did, and sometimes even really good pal spears, all for free. Now this next one is we're going to get into our first actual glitch of the video. This one is a really OP glitch. The things you are going to need is a pal with a saddle. I have Jetragon, and you're also going to need the Pangullet with his ability unlocked. If you guys don't know, the Pangullet ability is the one where you can shoot him up in the air, the Pangullet cannon. That is all we're going to need. So first of all, we're going to throw down our pal with a saddle. In my case, it is a Jetragon, just to make sure he is nice, juicy. We want to make sure we can ride him. Then we are going to get down our pangolins. We are going to use his ability and fire him into the air. Now remember, this is just a quick tutorial. I have full videos of this up on my channel. If you guys cannot do it, it is not patched yet. You can shoot him in the air, and then you're just going to want to get on your Jetragon or your PAL with a saddle as fast as you can. And when your pangolin dies, as you guys can see in the top left corner, he is going to die. You are going to throw out your secondary PAL. So look at that. I have 2 PALs out right now. They both will attack, as you guys can see. I will get both their benefits. It's just super duper OP. And if you guys use this in like a tower boss fight or any other kind of boss fights or just regular fights, you could probably even use it in arena and everything. You can have 2 PALs out at the same exact time, and it is super duper useful. The only non-good thing about this is you actually can't ride your original PAL. So I can't ride my Jetragon until I die again. But it's still pretty OP because you can have 2 boss PALs out at the same time and pretty much have double the damage. Now this next one I made a full video on because it is super duper OP, but you can actually make bases at these little skill fruit trees, which I did not know about, and your pals will automatically pick up the skill fruit trees and actually store them even when you're not at the base, and the fruits will grow back. So the skill fruits will grow back. You'll pretty much get unlimited of them throughout the entire game if you just leave it AFK here. And if you make it in a higher level area, you will get higher level / better skill fruits. So it's super duper OP. I have a base like this up here in a really high level area. So I just get unlimited really good skill fruits. And this is super useful if you're trying to really max out your pals and make them OP. Number 6 is relating to that same exact method here. If you actually put a Nokulum over by your base, which can actually be found on the new Sakajimura Island. That's obviously not how you say it, but I don't know how to, so we're just going to go with that. If you put a Nokulum there, he will actually pick double the amount of fruits. For every single fruit he picks, he will pick up 2. So that means you will just be running through these fruits. You will get 6 fruits every time it grows back, and it grows back really quickly. So you will get an absurd amount of fruits, double what you will normally get. So you will never need skill fruits pretty much ever again. Now these next few tips are going to be used on the dog coin pals. These are super duper useful dog coins throughout the entire game. So these next 3 tips are going to be how to get an insane amount of those. First of all, what you're going to want to do is come over to this area on the map on the right side. 3, 60, and 30, those are the chords. These have an insane amount of Mimogs over here, which obviously give dog coins if you kill / capture them. So you're going to want to come over to this area, and you're going to want to find yourself some Mimogs. I turn my spawns up so it's actually easier to find them, but obviously that is up to you if you want to do them. And we're going to go over to a few methods on how to capture / kill these and get an absurd amount of dog coins really easily. And the best part about these tips that I'm about to show you right now is you can be any level and this still works. So you don't have to be level 50 or be super duper overpowered to do this. You can do it even if you're level like 15. Alright, looks like we have found some Mimogs. So tip number 7, a super duper easy way to kill these without them running away, since they can run away super duper quickly, is you're just going to get a pal with a saddle, and if you charge at a Mimog, you can kill it super duper easily. And even if you don't kill it on the first try, if you run into them, they won't count this as attacking them. So you can just run into them and they will not run away even if you do not kill them. So that is a super duper easy way to do it. Just make sure you have a pal with a saddle and you can run over them all you want. It probably won't insta-kill you or insta-kill them like I am right now because I have a super high level pal. But even if you don't kill them, you can just keep running into them over and over again and they will not run away, since it is actually not counted as an attack if your pal runs over them. Next up, for number 8, we have another wooden kind of strategy over here. So what you're going to want to do is grab a wooden defensive wall, and this is if you actually want to capture the Mimog. This makes it a little bit easier. You can just go around and actually build them in just like this. So when you want to capture them, when you want to attack them, you can just throw. You have to climb over it, actually. You can't just do it like that. You can just throw your pals at them, and even when they get super duper upset and try to escape, look at this, they have nowhere to go. So they're just going to be trapped in this little hole, and you can keep throwing pow spears at them over and over and over until you catch them, just like what I just did, and they're not going to be able to run away. Now, one more dog coin Mimog strategy for number 9 before we finish up with the dog coins is if you use a Catris and you actually upgrade it, his ability is insane. If we look at Catris's ability here, it says while fighting together, neutral pals drop more items when defeated. So if you throw your Catris out and kill a Mimog, you guys will see I've been getting about 60 dog coins for everyone I kill. But when I kill this one, oh, is this one already dead? Alright, there we go. We need to find some new ones. But when you throw the Catris out and actually attack the Mimogs, you will get even more dog coins. So you can see that time I got 50, that time I got like over 60. I don't know where the last one is, but his passive ability makes it so you get an insane amount more dog coins for every Mimog you kill, and more gold coins too. Not that gold coins really matter, pretty much everybody has a bunch of those, but if you have the Catris out while you're attacking the Mimogs and getting their dog coins, you will get a lot more due to his ability, and it makes farming them a lot faster. Now this one's pretty basic, but it is still useful to know. When you are building, if you hold control, you can actually change how you place things. So this is without holding control, this is with holding control. So you can do a whole bunch of things with this. Notably, you can actually change the way you place the oil extractors. That is the most useful method for this. But if you want to build something and it doesn't look just quite right, you can actually hold control and it will move the way you place the building. I can edit how I place foundations by pressing control over and over again, just like that. And you can do it for a bunch of other things to make it super duper easy to switch positions and make some really cool builds just like that. I didn't show the best examples, but you can pretty much do it with everything. And if you hold control, you can get a whole different building experience. This next one is a super duper easy glitch I've made so many videos on. This is actually the black marketeer gold glitch. This glitch has been in the game forever and still has not been patched. Pretty much what you are going to want to do, like I've done in several videos, is you're going to want to kill the black marketeer. He is going to drop about 30,000 gold. If you go up and talk to him and throw your pal out at the same time like I've done, you can actually just kill him without even needing him to attack you back. So if you're a low level, you can do this too without needing to die. And then if you leave the game and come back, he is going to be there again. So you can do the same thing over and over and over again and pretty much get hundreds of thousands of gold in about 10 minutes. I think they actually added dog coins in the game to combat this because everybody has gotten millions of gold from this. And it is just super duper easy to do. I don't know why they haven't patched it earlier. I don't know why they're not patching it now. Either way, super duper easy way to get gold coins, so you can pretty much buy whatever you want from the shop. By the way, guys, I am adding a furnace in my base for every single subscriber I get this month. They are taking over my base, so if you guys want to join the squadron and take over my base with these furnaces, all you have to do is subscribe, and I will be adding them every single video. For number 12, this is probably my favorite glitch in the game. What you are going to want to do is get one of these little wooden benches, and you're going to want to stack 3 of them on top of each other. Once you do this, you can get whichever farm you want, and you will be able to place them on top of the benches. Place one, destroy the bench, place one while you're jumping, destroy the next bench, place another one, and just repeat that until you have a tower of stacked farms just like this, and you will be able to build them and have 4 or 5 farms all on top of each other. This does a few things. It makes it so you can have a ton of farms in such a small place, and it actually makes it more efficient to farm, giving you way more berries or way more food, and letting your pals water all 3 or 4 at once. One other really cool thing you can do for tip number 13 is you can actually make an entire berry farm like I've done in several videos, and if you AFK here, you can actually get over $300,000 or gold coins in just berries in 1 hour. This is obviously a little bit more complicated than just regular farming, and it takes a lot of work getting the correct pals and everything, but if you set up this gold farm, it is another easy AFK way to get gold coins. Now remember, I have all of these videos on my channel where I explain in depth if you want to do this, but this one might take a little bit of time. So if you're a beginner player, just doing it the normal way like I showed is probably the best way to do it. Now this one's super duper easy, but I had to include it for the new PS5 players who might not know about it. If you shoot your grappling gun and then right before you hit the ground actually use your parachute or this little glider thing, you can go super duper quickly. Now I only have the normal one equipped right now, but if you equip some of the better gliders, you can go faster than a Jetragon. So pretty much I will show you guys side by side. This is the speed you go normally, just like on the normal glider without doing the grappling gun glitch. It's still pretty fast, I guess. It's pretty cool, but nowhere near the speed of Jetragon. But if you actually use this cool little grappling hook tutorial thing, and shoot right before you hit the ground, you deploy your glider, you can actually go much faster. You can't really tell a difference on video with this regular glider, but if you use some of the faster ones, you can see right there I had a little bit of speed boost. If you use the better gliders, you can actually go insanely fast, and I have a few shorts on it on my channel, and I actually have gotten to the oil rig faster than a speeding Jetragon will. So take that in mind and just keep it in mind in case you ever want to go somewhere super duper fast but you don't have a Jetragon. This is the perfect method to do it. For number 15, we have the double oil rig glitch. I have so many videos on this. You can actually get 2 oil rigs on one single oil puddle. This one is a little more complicated and probably the hardest glitch on this video, so you're definitely going to need to watch the full video or look up a better tutorial. But just to make an awareness for you guys, you can actually put 2 oil rigs on one oil puddle, and it is so much faster. Now this one is kind of a crazy tip that I did not know about. I made an entire video on this also, but there is pretty much 3 different kind of dungeons in the game, and if you look at the beginning statue or the beginning artwork on the dungeons, you can actually figure out the fastest way to get through them all by yourself without actually needing to do the dungeon. Sometimes I get lost in dungeons, and sometimes I actually don't want to go through all them all the way. I just want to get to the chest, and this makes it super duper easy to do that. Pretty much there's 3 different artworks to know which way to go, and if you memorize the correct path with these 3 different artworks, you can zoom through them super duper quickly. Again, I have full videos on this, or you guys can just figure it out yourself, but knowing that they're not completely random and there's actually a set path on the dungeons is the best way to go about them, and that is a crazy tip in itself. This one is kind of cheating, but I prefer to do it. For number 18, we have when you leave the game and restore your save, it actually changes what is inside of the chest. So what I like to do if I'm looking for a specific blueprint, I go on the oil rig, I open up the chest, and if I don't get what I want, I actually restore the save to right before I open the chest and open the chest again. I do this over and over again until I get the item I want, and of course this is kind of cheesy, kind of cheaty, but if you're looking for a specific blueprint, this is way faster than having to do the oil rig and waiting until it is completely done over and over again. Now this one's kind of crazy, but if you guys didn't know, you can actually catch people in this game. You can have soldiers, you can even have the black marketeer in your base to buy and sell pals. He even has Plasma Ryu in here for 100,000 coins. That is crazy. You can have soldiers in here that shoot their guns. You can have pal marketeers. You can have these pal merchants that sell all kinds of different pals, and it is just insane. I'm sure most people already know this, but some people, especially on the PS5, if you're new, you probably do not. But you can actually catch all these different kinds of people, have them at your base, and it's super duper useful. Now for number 19, this one might be a glitch. It's kind of a secret, but it goes along with catching the people. You can actually catch the Moonflower Jonins and the Samurai at this new island. However, that's not the special part. What you don't know about this is you can actually give them skill fruits and they can actually learn abilities. That means you can actually use them like real pals. You can teach them skills, you can level up their skills, you can do all kinds of stuff with this, and I'm not sure if it's a glitch, but you can't teach these regular people skill fruits, but you can teach these weird samurai moonflower people skills. So that means you can treat them like pals, you can make them super OP, you can make them learn pal attacks, but you can't do it with the regular people over here. So I actually have some maxed out Jonin pals and everything. They're really good, and they know a bunch of different abilities, and I'm not sure if it's like meant to be in the game or not, but it is definitely something you can do, and it is definitely something really cool, and I suggest taking advantage of it before, you know, maybe they take it out if they're not meant to do it. I don't know. Now this one's kind of crazy, but at number 20 we have Astajon's secret mining ability. If you actually get on him and use the ability Lightning Strike, which you can get from a bunch of different skill fruits, you can look up where to find them the fastest and everything, or just get kind of lucky. If you use that on a bunch of ores, you can mine super duper quickly. Look at that. I just completely one-shot all of those ores. Let's see how much we had. Holy cow, look at that. I can't even pick all of it up because it slows you down. But that was about 500 sulfur in about 5 seconds. So you can do that on all the different ores you want. It one hits pretty much every ore in the game, no matter how many there are. So this is definitely the fastest way to mine if you don't want to AFK at your base. And it's a secret not too many people know about. Now this one is also pretty basic, but I felt the need to show it because I actually didn't know. But the different locations is where you get the different Meteor pals. If you didn't know, if you use the Meteor up here in the top left in the new island, you will actually get Selene, the new moon pal. If you use it in the normal one, you will get this weird Darth Vader looking pal. And if you use it in the upside like snow areas and the high level areas, you will get this white moon pal. So it all depends where you are when the meteor lands. If you want to go to different locations to get the different pals, that is what I did, and I got all 3 pals, and they are all really nice. But you need to be in different locations when the meteor actually drops in order to get the pal that you want. Now this one I also felt the need to show, even though it is pretty easy, but the best way to get electricity is actually from an ore circ. It is the best pal to get electricity from, and you're going to need it, especially with the new updates with the oil rig and everything. And you can only find those pals at the top right of the map in the secret illegal locations at chord 670, 640. They're kind of hard to spawn, so you're going to need to go back and forth several times and kill the pals there several times until you find them. But they are really good at generating electricity, definitely the best pals in the game at doing that, and you're definitely going to need to go to that secret location to get them in order to mine oil at your base and do a bunch of other things, because everything requires electricity these days in Palworld. Now this one is actually insane. The Yakumo is one of the best pals in the entire game, and it is super duper useful because of its secret ability to help you with the different passives on pals. Now usually this pal is super hard to find, or you're going to need to breed it a bunch of different ways and everything, but there is one way you can breed it at a super low level. I made a full video about this, but if you actually take Lee's Punk Ignis and Tombat, you can actually make a Yakumo at your base at a super low level, and this will help you snowball and beat the game super duper easily because all the different pals will have an insane amount of passive skills and stats and all of that. I'm not really too into breeding and like the passive stats of pals and everything, but if you are definitely going to need to do this to get some easy Yakumos, and it is definitely the easiest way in the game to do it, and I wish I knew about this sooner. Now, I'm sure everyone knows about this by now, but maybe some PS5 players, since they're new, do not. But you can actually get to this secret tree in the Palworld game. A lot of people think you can't get to it because of the red barrier over it, but I have a full video of me making a base over there. All you have to do is fly over the barrier, and if you have enough stamina, you can actually just get right over it. I don't know if they intended to do this. I don't know if this was a glitch, but you can actually just fly right over the barrier. It is super duper easy, and you can make a pretty cool base over here by the tree. Now for our last tip, number 25, we have the how to beat the Plasma Ryu super duper easily. I just learned about this the other day and made a full video on it, but pretty much if you place the little ritual thing on a mountain, the Plasma Ryu will get stuck there and you can easily kill him. If you guys want to do this, I highly suggest watching the full video. It's pretty short, so you will be able to see how to do it fully. But I finally beat Plasma Ryu for the first time using this glitch. I can understand if you guys don't want to use glitches because it like cheats and everything in the game, but if you do want to beat Plasma Ryu with this glitch, I highly suggest you check it out. It is definitely the best glitch in the entire game right now before they patch it. Alright, I'm gonna dip out, guys. Let me know if you didn't know any of these tips, and let me know which ones you did know. Feel free to sub up if you want. We are posting Palworld a whole bunch recently, and we're going to continue to post even more videos for all our new PS5 users very, very soon.